background noise. Like, oh, hello. That's fine. All right. Done. Bam, bam, bam. Okay. So I'm going to turn on my Spotify. My stream might glitch for a second, but it's okay. Because we need the musics. We just have to give it a second to boot up. I can hear my upstairs neighbors walking around. Very spooky. Okay. Oops. Okay, Spotify. Okay, what do wonder if there's like there's a very specific playlist I'm looking for. Excuse me. Thank you. Wonder, is this what I want? Maybe. Oh no, you can see my activate Windows thing in the corner. Rip. It's fine, chat. Thanks, Beta Goose. I want to cover it up. How do I do it? Yikes. Maybe I'll put my face over there. I don't want to, though. Here, let's see. Ooh, we're going on an adventure. Hi, Clutchy. I haven't started yet, so... Hi, Nose. What's up? I feel weird being in this corner, though. Like, I feel like if I'm in, like, it doesn't work this way. But, whatever. But hi, Nose. Hi, Clutchy. What's up? I thought it was going to be an actual recap. No! Activate Windows. Shh. Shh. That's why my camera's over here now. I'm like, shit. It's fine, chat. Just don't tell Microsoft, okay? Hi, Pfeiffer. Can you flip the cam? I can, but then I look funky. Are you here? Let's see. Let's see. Transform. Flip horizontal. Oh, hello. There we go. It still feels kind of weird, though. It's fine. Can you guys hear that? Holy shit, they're being loud. Okay, so... I found a playlist. So when I'm writing, chat, I can't listen to, like, music with words because then I just get tripped up. So I like to listen to piano. So we will be listening to some nice piano cover music. So. Mirror Goose. I know, I just got flipped. But yeah, I like to listen to, it depends on what I'm writing. But if I'm just writing and I don't really have like a set thing, I'll usually do piano. But if I know kind of like what I'm writing, especially if it's action, I really like, there's a group called Two Steps from Hell. I really like their music because it's kind of like this like amped up, like action-y, like if you're writing action, listen to that because it's like, holy shit. It's so good. I get that with vocals while writing, similar to trying to read with people talking. Exactly. You'll listen to some late night jazz playlist on Spotify. It's actually smacka. See, it smacks. It actually smacks. It actually smacka. Me and jazz don't get along very well. I'm still traumatized from from high school. I was in jazz band and I fucking hated it. And there was cause I can't improv, chat. I can't. Like, if I'm gonna play an instrument, I have to have it written down, like, what I'm supposed to play. If they're just like, here's the chord progression, here's the scale, just, like, improv with the beat. And I'm like, I can't. Okay, so. Oh, my frames are being weird. Why? I'm literally not doing anything. Excuse me? Jazz is poggers. And you would think I love jazz. I play the saxophone. But, like... me and jazz don't get along. Alright, I moved my camera too far over. Hold up. Oh, there we go. Okay. So, chat. The way that this is gonna work is here. Okay, let me see when I start typing. Okay, so I feel like that font is too small. So I feel like we're gonna have to do like, how, because I can't see it full screen. I don't, is that font big enough? If I do it size 18, that's fucking huge. But I feel like that's what we're gonna have to work with today. So you'll have to let me know. Used to put on some Tangerine Dream for that kind of tune. I don't know who they are, but that sounds fun. I like the name of that band, Tangerine Dream. Okay, so here's the way it's gonna work. So what we're doing first is we're gonna do a character sketch. So what that means is it's not a drawing. A character sketch is when you write out your character, essentially. So it's kind of like a sketch, but with words. So I'm gonna ask a bunch of questions, and then my goal is to kind of get ideas for who this person is from chat. Because, like, I know that people are, I know Brexit specifically is disappointed that this isn't a meme. Sorry, chat, this is not a meme. I really do want to get back into writing. And, but that doesn't mean that we can't make interesting characters together, you know? And I will be asking for things like, once we actually start writing, I might need, like, a setting, right? Or, like, a situation. Like, where are these people? Like, what just happened? You know what I mean? Kind of excited. This would be a really cool stream idea. The problem is that, like, I don't know how well I'm gonna be writing. It's been a long time since I've written anything, so I'm really nervous about doing it, like, on stream. Do I have to say that all this is copywritten by me? TM, this is mine. I'm kidding. This is a collective experience. So with a character sketch, I don't like to do the basic things first, if that makes sense. So, like, right now, I'm thinking we'll start with, so we're gonna say he's male. We're gonna say it's a dude, because that makes it easier with pronouns. But I don't really give a shit about their name or their hair color. You know, like, I don't give a shit about that right now. But what I want from chat, because we're just gonna dive right into this. So, hi, E! So, chat. First off, I need, like, okay, so we're starting with a character. So we have a blank slate in our minds right now, right? Blank, just a blank human. So imagine on a restroom, right? Or a bathroom. Before you go into it, it says, like, male, right? So you just see this white, like, outline of a stick person. That's what we've got right now. We've got a dude, okay? So the first thing we need to know about this guy is, does he have any strange physical features or, like, unique, like, traits? And kind of what I'm thinking along the line, like, physical. So, like, I don't know, is he, you know, balding but he's only 22? Is he, like, does he have, his right arm is amputated, or, like, he has a face tattoo, or, like, he never clips his toenails or, like, his fingernails, or he bites his fingernails. Oh no, that's not really a physical trait, that's more of, like, a characteristic. But I kind of, like, you know, if this person kind of never showers, okay, I'm not gonna go with everything you guys say, but, like, just give me some examples and we'll gotta go from there. So, never showers. So maybe he has personal hygiene issues. Walks with a limp due to an old injury. That could be interesting, because then we can go off of, you know, where did he get the industry? Where did he get the injury? Was he in the military? Is he clumsy? Was he defending a friend? Or, okay, we'll go. He likes toes. We're not making Brexit. And Clutchy, this is not a meme, okay? I want legit things right now. I'll say he walks with a limp. Okay. Oh, not a lump. Get out, Brexit. Okay. So far what we know about him is he has a limp from a prior injury. Let's just, to make it easier on me, I'll say it's his right leg. Just so I remember. Not that it matters. Okay. So, if he walks with a limp, does he have anything else? An old school pimp leg? What? Pimp log? Jake, what are you talking about? I don't want fucking memes, chat. I don't want any memes. You understand? No memes. I want it to be like, I don't give a shit if we could be like, maybe from his prior injury, he was attending a fetish or a furry convention and he had issues putting on his furry suit. Fine. But that's kind of where I'm like drawing the line. Okay. But okay. Is there anything else physical about him we want to get into? Is this all we're going to say that's weird about him physically? Because I'm down with more. Like, I don't know. Maybe he has restless leg syndrome. Walks with a limp like an old school pimp. Oh, that's what you're saying. Gotcha. Maybe he has like a lazy eye. No, that's too much. Or maybe he has 2 different colored eyes. Or he has like really bright blue eyes. I don't know. Bad posture. And wears glasses. Maybe... how about to spin that on its head? Here, let's say he has... Oh, he walks with a limp. Let's say, rigid posture. Because if you think about it, right? Maybe someone who knows that they have a limp, or they know that they have like something like not in the range of a disability per se, but like that they know that there's something physically a little bit different about them. I feel like they try to counteract that. So maybe because he knows that he has something up with his leg, he tries to counteract that by making up for it with his like posture. Careful posture to protect his bad leg and back. Yeah, something like that. Like maybe like, because I'm thinking when he walks, he tries to keep his back really straight, because if he's hunched over, it gives the impression of like a peg leg maybe, but he's trying to be like kind of like rigid, as in like he tries like straight back kind of situation, I guess. I don't know. Are you guys describing me? Are we? I don't know. Let me think if there's anything else physically. I mean, is there anything weird with his facial features? Like, does he have a scar on his eyebrow? Does he have a weirdly proportional nose? Does he have really small ears? Or like strangely like, or like a gap tooth? Or like, does he have, is there anything else? I don't care if the answer is no, but I'm trying to think if there's anything else we can, maybe like he has freckles? I mean, I don't know if that's not weird, but like, I mean, I don't know, someone with a lot of freckles. Like, is he afraid? I feel like he's afraid of standing out. I'm gonna write that down. Oops. Buck teeth? So does he not ever smile, you think? So he's afraid of standing out. Does he have straight teeth? Does he have buck teeth but straight teeth? Or just buck teeth sort of thing? Because I'm trying to think, it's like, I would assume that he wouldn't, I mean, even if you have straight teeth, if you have buck teeth, you're more inclined to not smile. He's living in the shadows sort of thing? Okay. Okay, we'll stop there for now. So then the next thing that I need is a, let's see, let's start simple. Does he have any quirks? Like, nothing, it doesn't have to be anything crazy. Like, I don't need to know what fetishes he's into, if he even has any, but more kind of like, does he smoke? Does he pick at his nails? Does he pull on his hair when he's nervous? Or maybe fiddles with a piercing? Or maybe always has to laugh even if it's not funny? Or let's see, what's another quirk that someone might have? Or like maybe they like to point out when someone's shoes are untied. I don't know, like just something that is a little like that you would notice that isn't necessarily off, if that makes sense. Like, let's see, for me, I pick at my nails. Like, I don't bite them, but I do pick at them. And I know when I'm thinking I'll like play with my hair. I don't smoke. And I'm actively, like, I avoid smokers, so that could be a thing, I guess. I don't know. But that's just, because, I mean, I could make up something. Let's see. What sort of quirk would he have? I feel like he's not a smoker. Someone gifted me a polar sub? That's awesome, Delivery. What's up? I didn't do it. But congrats on your polar sub. Delivery, give me a quirk. I need so we're making a character. So all we know so far is he walks with a limp because he had a prior injury. He has rigid posture to make up for the fact that he has a limp. He's afraid of standing out and he prefers to live in the shadows. So I need... Oh, I don't know who that is. I don't know who JP Blank is, but that's cool. So we're trying to find a quirk about him. I just need one to work with. So it's kind of like, what else do you need? We don't need anything else physical, but we need a quirk. So kind of like, what I was saying for me, one of mine is that I pick my nails. And then I was like, well, someone maybe smokes or someone has a fixation with pulling on their hair. He doesn't talk to a lot of people, but he's smart. That's not really a quirk, though. That's a personality trait. And I don't want to go down that path. You know, living in the shadows is enough. I don't know if we need to keep stepping in the direction of, like, a school shooter. You know what I'm saying? Hi, Barry. What's up? Sneezes very loudly. He writes back to front because he's paranoid. What does back to front mean? Bites at nail cuticles when he's bored or anxious. I feel like nail biting is pretty common. So I like to think that if someone's a nail biter, they have like underlying like anxieties and also a like mouth fixation where like you need like same kind of thing with people who chew gum a lot. Like you need to be like chewing on something. I don't know. Or oral fixation, that's what it's called. So maybe like not a school shooter, more like an underground man from Notes from Underground. I mean, like, he straightens his shirt cuffs. So maybe he pulls at his shirt when he's nervous. So, like, when he's sitting there, because, like, everyone does something to comfort themselves, right? So, like, I also, like, I'll cross my arms across, like, my chest or whatever when I'm, like, nervous or thinking. I'll play with my hair. Or, like, everyone has something that they do. And, like, when I'm talking, I talk with my hands. So I'm playing with the idea of the biting at the nails and then straightening the shirt cuffs. So an ex-soldier. The only problem I have with someone being an ex-soldier and me writing from their perspective is that I've never been a soldier. So I would feel slightly uncomfortable with writing a soldier only because I don't want to misrepresent them at all. Unless it was like he was an ex-soldier and he got injured in boot camp before they even started. I don't know, because that would be shameful almost, right? Because if you go all the way through to get approved or whatever to sign with the military and then you get all the way there and then you get injured and honorably discharged, but it's because you hurt yourself in like basic. So then maybe that's why he's living in the shadow and he's afraid of standing out, is because he's ashamed of what his life could have been and that he feels like he fucked it up. Well, I like the shirt cuffs one because that's interesting, because we can definitely always play with the biting your nails, because I feel like I don't bite my nails, but everyone has some sort of thing with their nails. I feel like, you know, some people like to tap them, some people will like use it to like pick at their skin. Oh, I hate skin, like people that pick at like their face. Ooh, I can't stand it, chat. That's one of the nervous tics that I'm not about. Okay, so what is it? Straight ends his shirt cuffs when nervous. Nails isn't a quirk. Yeah, I guess you're right in that regard. I think how you play with your nails could be a quirk. Because what if you pick at your nails and then you purposefully flick them at people? That could be a quirk. I mean, that's a shitty behavior, but I mean, it could be. I don't know. Okay, so we'll go with that. We'll go with that as his quirk, okay? So next I'm gonna need hobbies. Does he have any hobbies? Like, does he, after work, does he even work? I mean, I guess I don't even know. But, like, what does he do in his free time, if anything? Photography. Because if he's trying to live in the shadows, your subject matter is in front of you. That's good. What does he photograph specifically? Something that puts other people in a good light? Yeah, photography. Like, hello there. Is it Leotard? What's up? Bird watching? Maybe he takes pictures of birds? Maybe he likes to watch. Okay, that sounds creepy. But you know what I mean? Maybe he like... So maybe he's an action photographist? Not action as in, like a movie stunt, but like he likes to catch things in movement, like moving. Because, think about it, right? He has a limp in his leg, right? That he's embarrassed about or ashamed about, whatever. And so he likes to photograph things in motion because it's something that he can't do. So he's trying... Like, he wants to photograph things that he likes, and he, deep down subconsciously, is jealous of them because he cannot do what they're doing, maybe. Maybe he has a sort of Master of Puppets vibe. I don't get a creepy vibe from this guy, though. I don't get creepy. I just get, like... He's fascinated with things that don't require him to associate with other people. Train spotting? Maybe, but I don't know enough about trains to write about someone who likes trains, Instagram models? No, that's I don't get a creepy vibe from this guy. In my head, he's gotta be maybe 50s. I'm going with maybe 52, maybe early 50s, where he's old enough where he's comfortable where he's at, but then bored enough with how his life has been that he's now branching out into other things. Spent days camping out trying to get that perfect wildlife shot. Maybe that's what we could maybe write about. Maybe he's taking his first outdoorsy trip, because I was picturing him living in a city, not a huge city like a London, but maybe a city God, what's an equivalent over there? Maybe a touristy city, sort of like Bath, where it's it has a homey vibe, but also it's a city. Do you know what I mean? Something like that. Detached from what, though? If he was a journalist in his early life, then photography would fit. So Leotard, what I was kind of playing around with, okay, hold on, because what I was playing around with the injury is I like the idea of him going to the military. Maybe he didn't know what he was doing with his life, right? So he was going into the military, and then before he was able to complete anything, so maybe at basic training or whatever, he was injured. He was honorably discharged, but then kind of lost in life. So then, okay, scarred by war and wounded by errors done by fellow soldiers. But see, I'm not comfortable enough writing about a soldier because I don't know anything about war. So I'd rather he get injured beforehand, but that's sort of why I feel like he's afraid of standing out and he likes to live in the shadows, because he got this injury in basic training. He wasn't able to serve his country, which is what he wanted to do, and he feels ashamed by it. So he prefers not to kind of put himself out there, because if he does, he has to explain his story. Because if people are oh, you were in the military, how did that go? Because he doesn't want to not talk about it, because he's very proud that he got into the military, but he got injured before he could do anything, so he's ashamed by that, which is why he prefers photography, because that's one of the things. But maybe with journalist, that could be interesting, because maybe he started photography after he got out of basic, after he got injured, right? So he started photography then, and he maybe sent them into a small journal or something, and then from there they were hey, we really like what you're doing, keep sending us stuff. And then eventually maybe he moved up the ranks to started to write for them. Maybe he became a writer, I don't know. But maybe now this is a big assignment that he's on, because now that he's like moved up with the photography, he's kind of like more confident in himself. And but then he'd probably be younger. He'd probably be in like his 30s then. Slightly like Watson and Sherlock Holmes. I do not know enough about Sherlock Holmes to say definitively yes, but I'm assuming yes. Just detached from people because he doesn't want to stand out because of his injury and talk about it. He has this nervous tick around people, so maybe he distances and avoids. See, that's why I'm thinking a newspaper or like journalism could work in this situation, because he doesn't actually have to be there and be around people, right? He just has to take pictures, write articles, and send them in. Do you know what I mean? Like, he doesn't have to like go into an office. He doesn't have to like he doesn't have to interview people, but maybe he writes articles about his like subjects, but like from his point of view, maybe. I don't know. I'm gonna write this down before I forget it. So, does anyone have an opinion on what branch of the military he was signed on to be? I could just say army, but I don't know, like, would physical disfigurement fit? Not only a leg, but perhaps visible scars on face or neck? Maybe on the leg that got hurt, there's scarring, so then maybe he doesn't ever wear shorts. So, like, he gets really hot in the summertime because he refuses to show off those scars because he only wears pants. I'll put that. So maybe he lives in a cooler area, but maybe he moved there. Like, for example, you wouldn't want to live if you don't wear shorts, maybe he lives in like Canada or something. Oh, but then I don't know the military sex of Canada. I don't know. So maybe, I don't know, Alaska? I don't know. Upstate New York, hard winters. That's true. I'm from Minnesota, but it also gets really hot. Do you know what I mean? So I don't know. Oops. Oops. If there were a former Marine, that might make him a more disciplined type. That's true. And usually, I know the Marines is the hardest to get into, at least I'm pretty sure. So, he would have to have finished basic. So do you finish basic and then you can become a Marine sort of thing? Because then I'm thinking maybe like, I feel like the army might be simple enough. I mean, or we don't even have to say, maybe he doesn't like to talk about it. Because what happens if you bring up that you were in the army and then you're talking to someone who was also in the army? I mean, I don't know, because then it might be hard to relate to them. So maybe he could just say he was in the military? I think you have to graduate to be a Marine. I don't know, I'm not a citizen. Yeah, I honestly have no idea. Fair to say Army boot camp is pretty generic in the Western world. I figured as much. But I feel like we might not even have to say, because I don't know. Because chat, the point of making this character isn't to make come up with a story from this. It's to find a story prompt and then fill this character into the blank, if that makes sense. So like, it might not even be important that he was in the military. It might not even come up. But it might be interesting to know for us. I mean, I don't know. Oops. Stream started early? What do you mean? I said it was gonna start around 4 my time. And it is now 4:36. So, Brexit, you've missed it. We've made a character. Kind of. We're not done yet, though. So, I will give everyone a recap really quick. So, we have a dude. And what we know about him so far is he walks with a limp from a prior injury. He has scars all over that leg, and he refuses to wear shorts because of it, because he's embarrassed, and he overheats in the summer. You don't read your Twitter or Twitter in general, but I post in Discord. Doesn't matter. I'm going to keep going. So, to make up for the limp and that he's embarrassed about it, he has really rigid and straight posture. He's afraid of standing out and prefers to live in the shadows because he was honorably discharged from the military after that said injury. So he got injured in basic training before he was ever deployed anywhere, and he's slightly ashamed of, well, not slightly, he's ashamed of the injury. So he doesn't like to talk to people, he doesn't like to stand out because he doesn't like people to point it out or notice it. So what he does is he's into photography because he prefers to see things and to photograph things that he find like to be beautiful or to be interesting, and to him those things are things in motion. So like a bird flying, or like a jogger running down like the Brooklyn Bridge or something, you know, like something in movement because, or in motion, because he can't do those things. So he's jealous of other people that can, and he likes to photograph them. So what happened was, after he was discharged from basic, he started submitting photography to a news journal just because that's what he was doing. And he ended up getting published and working as a freelancer for said magazine, because you are able to just send in the information and you don't have to work with other people, because he doesn't like to be around other people. Perhaps he could have a mental quirk that offsets his physical problem, like if he could remember everything that happens to him, or exponentially visual skills. Maybe he's really good with balance, because that's really important when it comes to like photography and even design in general, is to be able to look at something and be able to balance it. So like, you know, if something is in the center, do you have things on either side to balance it out? Or pattern recognition, that could be a good one. I'll say he has, but yeah, you're right, to offset the mental, or to the physical, something mental would be kind of cool. Crash a plane during training. That sounds a little extreme though. I was thinking something more like, maybe, I was thinking something with a car. Because like, that way it would, like, the scars would make sense, but I don't know how you would accidentally like fall over a car or fall out of a car, or like it maybe something fell on him, like maybe a tractor or some shit. I don't know. We might not even have to get into it though. That's the thing. Like, we might not have to know how he got injured, because he might not even talk about it. Oh, it's too bad this guy isn't musical, because I was going to say he could have perfect pitch, but that won't mean anything. I'll put pattern. Oh, wait. Cognition. This is where you guys are going to realize I have terrible spelling. Like, I'm really bad at spelling. Okay. So, that's where we're at with this. Okay. So, if he's in the engineering core, that could be a placeholder. They move a lot of shit around, like steel beams and stuff. I will write that down. So, I'll put, okay, so, oops, yeah. I'll keep it at that. And hello. Well, it was nice to see you, Leotard. I'm glad you're having fun. Thank you for participating. So I've never done this before. This is the first time I've ever done a story time. So we're kind of seeing how it goes. But it's kind of, I really want to like flesh out a really good character. It's like, I don't necessarily give a shit about what his name is. We can figure that out later. And I don't really give a shit about like what he like looks like. Like, I don't need to know that he's, you know, 5'10", has brown hair, and his name is Steve. You know what I mean? Like, I don't care, but love to stay a while. It's just tickling my brain. See, and that's why I like it too, because you know what? Honestly, if we just spend 2 hours making a character and I don't type any sort of story, it's still fun though, you know? Okay, but next, because I have a list, chat. I have a list of things that I want to like flesh out about a character. So, does he have any really strong likes or dislikes? And this doesn't have to be like food. Like, it doesn't have to be like, he really fucking hates shrimp. Like, it's not necessarily that, but it's more like, maybe he could even, you could say maybe he's prejudiced against, I don't want to say women, but you know what I mean? Like, it could be like, maybe he's nervous around dogs, or hates cats, maybe hates tardiness because he has a good pattern. Oh, that's true. Dislikes, I'll just say dislikes, does he, I would say he also likes or dislikes being late. So yeah, I'll just say dislikes tardiness. But I would say he's not lazy though. Oh, maybe he dislikes tardiness and is it laziness or is it lazy with an I? They both look wrong. I'll put lazy dash ness to make my brain feel better. Hates cats. Wouldn't you think he would like cats though? Because cats are these like sort of solitary beings, right? Like, I'm not a native English speaker. No worries, Leotard. I don't care. I mean, I graduated with a degree in English and I'm still shit at it. So I don't know how to spell laziness either. And I speak English, so. But I'm thinking with cats, right? Cats are independent. Wouldn't you think he would like be a little like envious of cats? And they're so nimble and like able to move. But what about like, because the reason I'm thinking he might dislike dogs is maybe the energy. Because like a lot of times, you know, like someone who hasn't trained their dog properly, especially if they have a big dog, sometimes when you go and visit, the dog will jump on you, right? Maybe it hurts his leg when dogs jump on him. So like just subconsciously, he's just started not liking big dogs because he's afraid that they'll jump on him and like hurt his leg or something. I don't know. Perhaps he's extremely fascinated by large cats. They have a lot of power and extremely nimble. That's true. So, But then that makes me wonder, maybe not cats. Like, what if it was like horses or something? Or like, no, oxen are very fast. But like, horses are these like, you literally call it horsepower, right? Because they're these giant creatures who are not only beautiful and they can run really fast, but they're also used like to pull shit and like used on like farms and I mean, I don't know, wolves. That's, I mean, and like same thing with dogs too, because if you think about it, like they're super fast and they are pretty strong. Likes birds, goes into getting in photography. That's true. I feel like he would definitely like birds. So, maybe he likes, I'm gonna put specifically, yeah, like large birds practically. I'm gonna put specifically wild birds because like, if you think about it, like, yeah, parrots are cool, but like they're in a cage, right? Most of the time they're probably in a cage. So I feel like predatory birds. Predatory birds. Well, he was interested in the army and usually, well, but maybe he wasn't interested in like the war aspect. Maybe he likes doing things with his hands. I don't know. Wild and not, yeah, not a pet bird. Like, not that there's anything wrong with pet birds. Like, I personally don't care, but owls, eagles, condor, yeah, like, maybe I'm gonna say he really likes hawks in particular. Just cause why not? Yeah, I like that. So maybe, does he have anything that, okay, so he dislikes tardiness and laziness, and he likes birds. Okay, I can live with those two things. Okay, so what about school? So, hawks are known in frequent cities. Exactly, so that works. And like, you can see him on phone lines and stuff all the time. But then, school, so like, did he go to school? Like, did he get a higher education? So, I don't know what the equivalent is. So, like, we have high school, right? So that's when you're, like, a late teenager. So, I'm going to assume he went to high school. But I don't know if he went to, like, university. You need college for army duty? Do you? Here you don't. At least in the States, I don't think you do. Because most of the people that I know, you just go, like, when you're done with high school, if you get your diploma, you just sign and go right into the military. But that being said, I mean, was he from an army family? Would explain the shame of being discharged, moved around a lot, so had problem making friends. That is a very good point, Barry. I will write that down. So he's from a military family. Does his family still speak to him after he was discharged, do you think? Like, because either they still speak to him and it's awkward for him, or they don't speak to him anymore because they're ashamed. But I feel like that's a little too far. I feel like he probably still would talk to them, but he really hates holidays because of it. Like, he hates Christmas and Thanksgiving, probably because, like, he can tell that, like, it's not that they're necessarily, like, super ashamed of him, but he can tell that this is not what they wanted, and so he feels like he did not, like, make them proud. Parents are divorced. He speaks to his mom, but fell out with his dad. I could see that, yeah. So, still speaks to mom. Fell out with dad. Are we creating Lieutenant Dan? I don't know who Lieutenant Dan is. That's from MASH, right? No, maybe. But I'm thinking with his dad, like, I'm gonna say with his dad, he still talks to his dad, but it's only, like, to call, like, they don't live in the same state. Like, I feel like it's, like, a call to say, like, happy birthday and happy Father's Day, and those are the only, like, points of contact that they have. Limited contact. Because I feel, parents divorced, but I feel like the divorce was not because of him, if that makes sense, but he might blame himself, but it wasn't because of him. I'm gonna say his dad's an asshole. He could resent his family for making him go into the military when he didn't want to. Oh, so maybe he, like, so yeah, maybe he didn't want to go into the military, but he felt like that was his only option. Where, cause, like, a lot of the times people feel like college is the only option, right? Like, they feel like they have to go to college because that's just the next step. So maybe in his head, the next step for him was thinking he had to go into the military because that's all his family has ever done. Oof, you guys, we're just getting the demons out of this guy, aren't we? Holy shit. Okay, so I'll put that down here. Resents family for making him go into the military because upon reflection, he did not want to do that. Might be more interesting if the failure in the father-son relationship is his fault. Maybe, because I think it could have happened from a blow-up, maybe after he was discharged. Maybe the dad asked too many questions. Or, you know what I mean? Like, do you ever have it where you're just, like, really raw after a situation, and then, like, someone just asks you one too many questions about it? Do you know what I mean? Like, and so he just, like, the dad was maybe like, but why didn't you do this differently? Or why didn't you do this? Or why did this happen? And then he probably just was like, shut the fuck up. Don't fucking talk to me anymore. I don't want to hear it. Do you know what I mean? Like, probably something like that. I can feel like something like that happened where the dad probably in his mind was thinking, you know, like, I'm just trying to connect with my son. I'm just trying to, like, have a conversation with him. I'm trying to figure out what's wrong. But then, like, he didn't read the social cues enough to realize that he was pushing his son too hard and that this was, like, a sensitive thing. Being too helpful. Yeah, I feel like that's probably something. Blew up at his dad. I'll just say dad after discharge. Too many questions. Just because, like, because I feel like I see a lot of that in my own dad, where it's like I can tell in his mind he thinks he's being helpful, he thinks he's being nice, you know, like all those things, whereas for me it comes off as annoying and that he's like pushing too hard for something. So I can totally see if you're still raw after something like that, you know, to then have to deal with like all the questions and stuff like that. Like, you just wouldn't fucking want to. Just like, no, like, shut the fuck, don't ever talk to me again, you know? So we'll stick with that. Hi, Overt! Happy fucking Tuesday! And it came to a peak during a 4th of July celebration with a lot of people around. Ooh, you wanted it to be public. Maybe a birthday party. Because I'm thinking maybe it's a family thing. Oh, no, but there's a lot of... Or maybe the opposite. Maybe you're right, 4th of July, because usually you invite, like, friends over for 4th of July. Because I would think it wouldn't be around his family, because I still envision him going to, like, Christmases and, like, Thanksgivings and stuff like that. So I feel like it wouldn't have been around, like, family. But a 4th of July, like, picnic, that's, you know, honoring the military. Well, no, that's not honoring the military. That's more like a national pride, but kind of the same thing, I guess. And usually that's your friends, not necessarily your family, but your family could be there. So, I mean, I don't know. It really made a mark on his psyche. Yeah, and he probably fucking hates 4th of July. I'll put that down. I'll put a question mark. Okay. So we're good with that. So then let's see. What else do I have? Does he have any intentions or goals of like in his life? Like, is there something that he's like, I want to do this? Like, does he really want to one day publish a book? Does he one day really want to hike the Grand Canyon? Does he want to own a dairy farm? Do you know what I mean? Like, is there anything like that's in his mind is a life goal for him? Because like it would have to be something solitary. Motivations, yeah, something like that. Like, but what does he want to do? Like, what's one of his end goals? Like, for me, open a gallery of his bird photos. Open a gallery, but there's a lot of people involved. If with a gallery, would he be? I don't know if he'd be comfortable with that many people. Because I'm trying to think of what else. Because I like the idea of it being something to do with his photography. But maybe that's a thing he has to get over. So maybe he doesn't want his own gallery. Maybe he just wants a short step up from that. Maybe he just wants it, like, maybe one picture to be in a gallery. You know what I mean? So, like, then the focus isn't all on him. Like, if you've ever been to a gallery, sometimes it's a theme instead of just a person's. So, like, he could submit it to, like, a photography themed or, like, a bird themed or, like a something. So that way he could still go, he could still say that he had his art published in that, but the attention isn't just on him. So sell images to get on his feet economically or to get recognition from a special person. Does he have any special people in his life? I don't see him being married. And I also don't see him with like a girlfriend. No special book launch of bird photos. It's public and he hates it. So a book launch of bird photos. Wait, and he hates it? He hates the book or hates that it's perhaps known people if he's a loner? Yeah, that's kind of what I'm thinking. But then the question is he comfortable with that? You know? Like, does he wish that he had someone special in his life or is he just kind of like cool with it? But I could see he hates the launch. Wait, well, it could be... Well, because he has had his photos in a magazine. So that's different. So he wants his own book of bird photos. Okay. Wants to... But this is something that he hasn't done yet. So this is something that he wants to do. Like one of his end goals. So I'll say publish... book of I'll just say photography instead of I'll just say whatever instead of birds specifically. Maybe it's not as simple as that. Maybe it's like, or not as specific. Maybe it's more broad. Maybe because I like to imagine him taking pictures of many things. Maybe he likes birds specifically, but I also envision him taking pictures of people like running or like someone on a bicycle like carrying their groceries or something. Even I have photos in a magazine. It's not very prestigious. Well, some of us haven't, Leotard, okay? So for some of us, that's prestigious. Okay. I'm sorry, that's okay. I'm just being mean. Okay. Let me see if I have anything else. So I did write down, do they have any defining moments of their life? But I feel like we kind of covered that, right? Because, you know, we already talked about, you know, he was in training camp. He got an injury. He had a blowout with his dad. I mean, the only other thing I can think about, like a defining moment in his life is like, you know, maybe like the first time he got published was really big for him. Like, because if he has two sad things, does he have like two happy things? No sci-fi things? No, like this is just a normal person, I guess. Maybe, I don't know, maybe he signs up to be part of like a limb removal and he gets upgraded to like being partially like cyborg, so he gets like a really cool leg. I don't know. I don't even know the prompt yet. I'm just writing like, I just want to make a character first. But I'm trying to think, okay, what is something happy that's happened to him? I need 2 happy things, because, well, I would say space photography was space birds. I was thinking about something that his camera caught. Ooh, maybe he's taking a picture of a bird and there's like a fucking spaceship in the background. Hell yeah, or like the bird has 3 eyes. Oh my god, it's Game of Thrones. I'm kidding. Did his dad or mom buy his first camera or something to focus on while he recuperated? Maybe. Or a crime, or a space crime. Ooh, space crime. Because maybe that's how he gets his big break. Right now he's just doing photographs for a small like bird journal, and then he accidentally gets one of like a spaceship, and then he's on the front of the Times. Be fucking wild. Okay, anyway, that's Spider-Man. No, Spider-Man takes pictures of himself and then sells them. He's not a bird. But I'm trying to think of who would have given him his camera. Because Barry, I like that idea. Like, I feel like the defining moment, he's an Insta model? Maybe. Maybe, like, after he gets, you know, like, an animatronic leg, then, like, something really cool happens. Maybe his grandfather? Maybe. Who does he look up to the most? It would have had to have been... It has to have been someone in his family that is not related to the military. So, who in his family would not have been in the military? Because I feel like that's someone he would look up to. Like a relic? I don't know. Maybe that's his first camera, but I feel like he would have upgraded since then. But like his very first camera has to have come from someone, like, because it couldn't be his dad. Mom gives him his maternal grandfather. Maternal grandfather. Maybe, yeah. So maybe on his mom's side, well, her dad then. So the grandfather on his mom's side wasn't in the military. The camera. Yeah. That would make sense. An uncle that went on a different path than his father. I think grandfather would be okay. Because, you know, like, an uncle, like, I don't always get presents, like, from my aunt and uncle. But I definitely do... Oh, on a different... Oh, because that would be, like, his brother. Oh, you're right, though. That's actually a good point. Because then you're juxtaposing the two. So instead of them being a perpendicular... Or they're on parallel paths, but... No, perpendicular paths? Yeah, because they met and then went different ways. Yeah. So... first camera from... Uncle. Uncle, there we go. Dad's brother. Okay. Struggling with the photography thing? Really? You're still struggling with the photography thing? No, I think photography's solid. I think we're good on that regard. But we could figure out, okay, so here. Whoop. So there's that half. So I will try to, maybe I'll make the font like 1 size smaller. Hold on, 18. So like, oh wait. I'm gonna try to fit it all in one page so you guys can see it. Excuse me? Whatever, okay. And then on the other page, here we go. All right, hold on. I'm going to, so now I'm gonna go on Reddit. Okay. Here we go. So now we're gonna find a writing prompt, chat. So we have our character. And now we're just gonna find a prompt and then write about them. So let's see. But I'm gonna have to like pre-screen these and like read through them because like some of them won't make sense. Stop it. A lot of sci-fi in there? There is, yes. And I don't mind writing sci-fi. It's really hard with some of these, though. Because they don't really fit with the world that we kind of built. Because a lot of it's about AI. I'm hearing I'm moving to the nether from Yogi's cast in the background. What? So we make it a holo camera? I mean, we could. But the problem is that, like, I don't mind it being sci-fi at all. But, like, there are some of them, like, it's all about, like, AI and stuff. And I'm like, that doesn't really... Like in this one, some dragons ask for a tribute of gold or general treasure. The ones you should really watch out for, though, are the ones who ask for knowledge. It's like, that's not really a writing prompt. That's like just a, I don't know. You're a necromancer. However, instead of controlling zombies or skeletons, you have a dust cloud made from cremated bodies. What the fuck? Yikes, I know, right? These writing prompts, some of them are really dumb. Not that they're dumb, but it's like it just doesn't work with what I'm looking for. You know what I mean? This one could work. Okay, chat. What could be the conflict? Here's a thought. Okay. So it's this number 20 right here. The rich and powerful live in the last city, a walled paradise. The rest of humanity surrounds the wall, living in ghettos and shanty towns. The city gates open daily to gather food and resources the outsiders have collected, but one day they didn't. It's been months now with no word from inside. So, the only thing I can't really get behind with this is if our guy's a photographer, which I'm gonna keep with, District 9. I've never seen District 9. But I'm assuming, yeah, it's probably similar. So, I mean, it doesn't really work if it's like a ghetto, but we could work with this still. So, like, if this is a society where the really rich and wealthy people, I'm thinking like Hunger Games, right? So, like, the capital, like the crazy, cool, wild, rich people all live on the inside of the city. And then he is one of those that is just trying to make a living on the outside. And he's a journalist trying to write about what's happening, if photos are considered contraband. I don't know. That's interesting. But then you wouldn't be able to have film, you know, like for the cameras. So then I feel like that can't necessarily be true. Maybe, chat, we could write these in the form of articles. Like, we don't have to write from his perspective. We could write an article that he is writing about, like, if you were, say, to distribute, like, a journal to everyone that lived in these, like, slums, how would you go about writing an article for them? A hidden blogger? Kind of. So kind of like someone who, like, a pirate blogger. Kind of. So someone who, like, I don't think that journalism would be outlawed, though. I just feel like, you know, because everyone needs news. Like, no matter where you live or who you are, you need, like, a news source, right? So I'm thinking that maybe he works for, like, or, like, he has his own newspaper, right? And it's literally just paper. Maybe he even writes it by hand or, like, types it out on a typewriter, like, himself. Like, maybe he only makes 20 copies of this thing. But, like, he would then pass it around kind of like leaflets. Piper from, yeah, I'm thinking kind of like a Piper from Fallout 4. In North Korea, China, any dissidents that publish freely is outlawed. But I don't feel like this is that sort of situation. This just kind of seems to be like the rich and powerful, it says they live in the last city, which is a paradise, right? He's gone out to tell the story of the slums to the insiders. But the problem with that, Barry, is the prompt that we're given is that the city gates... Okay, so what happens is the city gates open daily to gather food and resources from the outsiders. So that would be the people in the slums, right? So the people in the slums are like farmers, or they're like like, or just like gatherers and hunters, you know, like that sort of thing. And then the people from the walled-in city don't bother to work, so they go and take the things from the people on the outside, right? And then one day they just stopped coming out. Do you know what I mean? And it's been months with no word from the inside, so these people have no way to get in. So like, maybe we write 2 journal posts. Maybe he writes 2, maybe even 3. So like, maybe it would start out with like, okay, here, I'm going to click on open link in new tab. Oops, that's not what I wanted. Excuse me. God, that's not what I wanted. Please stop. There we go. Sorry. Okay, so here's our writing prompt. They must be at least 100 words. Oh, no problem, my dude. I can do that. Okay. Oh, shit. Oh, shit. Sorry. Oops. God fucking damn it. There we go. Okay. So, here's what we've got. That's our writing prompt. Shit. Here, I need to make another document. So I'll call this character sketch. It's been 4 months since the large steel doors closed for the last time. Every signal sent from our small part of the valley is bounced back without response. See, I don't know if they know enough to be able to write, though, or like to be able to send out shit. You know, I don't know if they have the technology for that, because I'm picturing like a press, like really shitty, like, I don't know how to explain it, like wait, what am I calling this? Story time. What's the date today? 6/11. Okay, so I'm thinking, okay, what's the date? I'm gonna date it the same day as today, so I'll say 6/11 is his first entry. Feudal farming, so yeah, pretty much. Like, I would say they have basic things. Like, I'm thinking like Fallout, right? So like, they have electricity, but like, I don't think it's enough that they have like a network. Like, maybe I guess maybe radio. Communism in the 1920s. Yes, this is communism. Okay. So if we're gonna write a journal, okay, so first I have to think of the structure of, what if we start with a journal entry on the day that this happens, the day where the doors don't open for the first time? Because if you think about how this society works, right? If the city gates open daily to gather food and resources that the outsiders have collected, and that they're bringing it into this last city, right? They're doing all the work for nothing. Do you know what I mean? So there's gotta be this like huge imbalance of power. So wouldn't you be frustrated? Like, wouldn't the feeling just be like anger and like, why are we doing this? And like that sort of thing. So I feel like maybe in his first like thing, maybe this is like a, because I want it to be the news, but at the same time I still feel like you'd be frustrated. Sorry, is our main character from inside the city or the slums? Sorry, he's from the slums. He's on the, I'm picturing him being on the outside. Is it forcibly taken? That's what I'm wondering. So like, this is communism. You have a cow, you milk the cow, you give the milk away, and then the police come and take your cow. Yeah, something like that. But like, what I'm thinking is maybe there has to be a reason that these people are doing it. So maybe they say, the rich people in the last city say, if you do not give us these things, we will stop protecting you. So maybe there is some form of military, because this guy wanted to go into the military, so there has to be a military. So maybe the people within the last city, like, are the people like producing this. That's why he doesn't talk to his family anymore. If you sign up to be with the military, you get to live on the inside. And he doesn't really speak to his family anymore because they are a military family and they're from class and they're from pristine. And so they live on the inside. Whereas because he was discharged, he lives on the outside. But because he still has that like rigid posture, right? Like he still tries to present himself a bit more powerfully. It's because he grew up that way. He grew up learning to be prim and proper and like all those things because he was being trained at a young age to go into the military. Oh, shit, chat. Hell yeah. Okay. So now I have a better idea of his motive. So I feel like he's old enough at this point now. Built-in conflict, I like it. Thank you. Because, like, if you think about it, I think he's at a point in his age where it's not that he, like, wants to live on the inside of the last city. So he's comfortable with what he's doing. Like, he's comfortable with his newspaper. So maybe it's mildly successful. Because he grew up on the inside of the last city. So he has an interesting perspective for all the people who are in the slums because they could ask him questions. Maybe that's why he doesn't like being around people. Because they're constantly asking him, you know, like, what's it like on the inside of the last city? Why don't you live there anymore? Like, what happened? Why don't they let you in anymore? Like, you know what I mean? Like, he doesn't like to be around people because they're constantly asking him questions. Because he grew up in a state of, he grew up above the poverty line. He was middle class. So people on the outside, and that's another reason for them to judge him. So it's interesting. So maybe it's 50-50 split of people that like him and people that don't. Because 50% of the people are mad because he got to grow up in a place where they didn't. He was born of privilege. But then there are other people who look up to him because of that. And then he lives in the slums, so maybe there are others also that pity him because he came from a place of such high regard and now has to live on the outside. Could he be sketching and drawing instead of photography? Like, he's extremely gifted in illustration and he writes really well. See, maybe he likes to write, and maybe for his birthday, his mom, who he is still in contact with, sends him one roll of film. Because she lives on the inside, right? So she is able to send him gifts. Maybe that's the one gift that she can send him on his birthday, is a roll of film. So he very much treasures his camera because it's special and not everyone gets that. Very precious. Exactly. Because he can't make it. You know, you can sketch on anything. You know, if you find a berry, you can mush it up and use it to draw, or like charcoal, you know, like stuff like that. But film, you can't make that. And those 30 images are landmarks in the story. Yeah, that could be it. And like, so maybe he publishes, how many images are in a roll of film? Because we could say that he publishes something as frequently as he's allowed to take one picture like a week. So 24. So if there are 52 weeks a year, so what if he publishes something once every 2 weeks? Because that's enough for him to be able to take one picture every 2 weeks that he then puts in the magazine. And that's why people buy it, or maybe not even buy it, but maybe that's why people support it, because they don't have film. So then they take this magazine or whatever it is because they want to see the pictures, because they don't have that. And it feels like a luxury. Oh my God, I don't even want to write anything anymore. Like, I just, like, it's now this world in my head. Provides a Landish moment via his book. See, that's the thing. Like, he's able to go out. Holy shit. This is cool. This was a good prompt. Okay. But see, none of those things changed the world. I don't know if we can so much as say he changed the world, though. I say he could probably have made things better for the people that live in the slums. Write it down. But see, that's the thing. I don't know how to do. I don't know how to write it now. I don't know what to say. Because I wanted it to be like journal entries. So, if this... But is it a journal, though? Like a magazine, or... Like, how does it look? Is it like one page where it's like a picture with like a caption? Or like a picture with like a story? Or... Someone else writes the journal about him. Could be. Maybe he passed away. Third point of view, like a biographer? Yeah. Because maybe... So the rich and powerful live in the last city, a walled paradise. The rest of humanity surrounds the wall, living in ghettos and shanty towns. The city gates open daily to gather food and resources the outsiders have collected, but one day they didn't. It's been months and no word from the inside. Okay. Recap. Hi, Jesse. Oh, God. Hi, Utah. Oh, fuck. All right. Recap. Fuck. I don't know. It's been a lot. Oh, say it. Okay, so I'll try my best. So, we started out with a character. So, oh, wait, what do we write? Things that occurred 50 years ago, the time that changed the course of the city? Yes! Yes. Okay, I'll get to that in a second, but recap for those that are just hopping in. So, we have a character. That's what's over here. That's what my face is covering up. So, to kind of get it started, we started with a guy. We don't know his name. We really don't know what he looks like. But we know that he walks with a limp from a previous injury, and that previous injury was acquired at some form of basic training for the military. So he comes from a military family, so this was sort of his path in life. And then before he even got into any form of battle, he sustained an injury. And what kind of injury isn't super important, but it's on his leg. And so after he got home, after he was discharged, he still speaks to his mom, but he had a bit of a falling out with his dad because it's a military family, so that's a big deal for them. Let's see. So he has rigid posture to make up for the fact that he has a limp leg. Or not limp leg, but because he has a limp. So to kind of like counteract that, he has a bit of pattern recognition, and so he dislikes tardiness and laziness because that doesn't fall into his mental mind and where things are supposed to go, like the categorization of things. Let's see. He's afraid of standing out and he prefers to live in the shadows. And that's a lot to do with the injury. And I'll explain more of it once we get to the writing prompt, because then it'll all make a lot more sense. Oh my goodness. Oh, Leotard, thank you for the follow. And thank you for subbing with your Twitch Prime, Leotard. Oh my god. You didn't have to do that. Thank you. Aww. I appreciate that. Thank you. Aw, bless. Let's see. What was I saying? Oh. Interesting. We're getting there, Jesse. We're not even there yet. The most interesting thing that happened for me all week. Oh, Leotard, I'm glad you like it. Oh, okay. So because of the injury and because he has a bit of a limp, he's really into photography, and the things he likes to photograph are things in motion, right? Because he's not able to do the full range of motion like most people are. So he likes to take pictures of things like birds and, like people on bicycles or someone running, you know what I mean? Like something in movement, like, in motion, because it's something he likes to photograph, things that he finds to be beautiful, and he likes to capture those sorts of things. So there, we do have on here that he submitted photography to a news journal, and he ended up getting published and working as a freelancer, because you don't have to go into the office for those sorts of things, because he doesn't like to be around people. But that doesn't really work with our writing prompt, but that's just to sort of give you an idea of who he is. So he likes birds, like wild birds in particular, like hawks, just because of the range of movement. They're so free, and they can kind of do whatever they want, and they're powerful. And we found out that he resents his family for making him go into the military, because upon reflection, he realized he didn't really want to do that. And that's how we kind of had a falling out with his dad, because his dad was asking too many questions, sort of like, what happened? Why weren't you better? Like, why didn't you do all these things? Anyway, so that's what happened. He doesn't have any special people in his life. His one goal in life is he wants to publish a book of photography. Maybe that's what this is. His whole goal in life is to publish a book of photography, but he dies before he could do it. So he has someone else do it. Anyway, so that's him. Why are you sad? I'm not depressed. Are you depressed? Do you need to call someone? Call Mentig? Are you okay? I'm a musician. I work as a graphic artist, so this creativity is completely new for me. I love it. Oh, I'm glad to hear that. I do design work for my work too, so I always work in, like Photoshop, Illustrator. I do all that shit all day, like InDesign. But it's nice to be able to write. Okay, so here's our writing prompt. So that's our character, and that's sort of a little background about him. So the writing prompt is, and I'll read it word for word. The rich and powerful live in the last city, a walled paradise. The rest of humanity surrounds the wall, living in ghettos and shanty towns. The city gates open daily to gather food and resources the outsiders have collected, but one day they didn't. It's been months now with no word from inside. So, I'm just stupid? No, you're not. I'm a master of the custodial arts, and I love it, Utah. You lovely. Wow, thanks, boo. Like an apprentice that follows him and also biographies his journey. But see, the problem is I'm trying to figure out a way to tie it in with the writing prompt. So, like, I like the idea of him, like, dying, though. Because, like, if he has an apprentice, right? So, if he has an apprentice that follows him around, maybe he didn't always have an apprentice. So, like, when he was first starting out, he didn't. But then as his magazine or whatever got more popular, he decided, like, to get someone. I don't know. And then from there, God, I'm still stuck on the journal thing, though. I need to get rid of that. Meets him at the 50% point. Yeah, so I'm thinking maybe he's older at this point. So maybe he left the city. Okay, so, chat. So here's the thing where it works in. So we were trying to figure out, so if the rich and powerful live in the last city and they're just taking all these resources from someone else, like, why are the people that live in the ghetto just willing to give their hard work away to the people of the last city, right? Oh my goodness. Toko, thank you for the follow. Welcome to the gaggle. Hello. This looks cool. What are we doing? Hi, Pixel. So essentially, we made a character. That's what's above my face right now. And now we have a writing prompt. So what we're doing is we're taking the character and fitting it into this writing prompt, and that's what the story is going to be doing. Speak my name? I did. You're welcome. Hi, Toko. What's up? Medicine? Wait, what do you mean medicine? Sorry. Wait, sorry, you guys are gonna have to clarify. What are you talking about medicine for? A plague that's been not cured but stabilized. Oh, so you're thinking that's what happened? Oh, wait, sorry. So the reason that okay. The rest of humanity, oh, wait. The last city gives medicine to the outside. Maybe. Because I was thinking that they also provide the military. Because that's why, I'm thinking they exchange the food for medicine and military protection. Because, like, you speak Portuguese? Congratulations. If they provide the military, that's why this guy grew up on the inside, right? So, because he was being trained and he was part of... Pixel, thank you for the follow. Welcome to the gaggle. What's up? Me speak English, but not well. Same English major, by the way. I love Dick. Congrats! You and Brexit would get along really well. He also loves Dick. I'm just trying to think of how we start this, though. No eggplant. Oh my god, whose fucking emote is that? That's fucking hilarious. I love that emote. Oh my god. Okay. I'm just trying to think of how to structure the story, though. That's the problem. So if they provide medicine and military in exchange for food. Maybe that's how they describe the balance. They say that's what our job is in here. Or they say that maybe whoever gives the most, like, has a chance to be put in, like, a lottery to be able to live in the city or something. I don't know. Oh my god. You guys, trolling is no fun. You guys could be super fun. I would let you just troll all away, but... Is the character part of the last city or part of the ghetto? So Pixel, the character that we're working with is part of the ghetto. So what had happened was we were thinking that they were training to be in the military, right? So if they were training to be in the military, we're thinking that the military would be allowed access to the inside of the last city, right? Like that's the incentive to join the military, is so that you can live inside this last city, right? But because they got injured, they are no longer able to live in the last city like they thought they could, because now that they have a limp, they can't do anything for the military. They're not rich, so they can't live there, so they had to go and live in the slums. So that's why they live on the outside. It's kind of like a situation where it's like, well, like, you're not any use for us in here, so you have to live out there, I guess. I don't know, that's kind of where I'm at with it. Maybe they can only grow the plant matter for the medicine on the outside. Maybe. Logistical question, who do the military fight if they're the last city? Are there raiders in the wasteland or something? See, I don't know. Because, like, the rich and powerful live in the last city, which is a walled paradise. I don't know. Maybe there are people that live in the slums, and then there are, like, wild people, you know? Maybe it was part of the building crew that built the walls and got injured and shunned it to the outside. Police state instead of military. Maybe. So, but maybe they're saying that they're protecting them from the outside, but there's not actually anything to protect them from. Does that make sense? Where in reality, what it is a police state, but they're saying that they're the military. Does that make sense? Where they're saying, like, yes, we're here to protect you from the dangers of the outside, when in reality, it's just control. So a big lie that holds the status quo. Yeah, something like that, you know, where it's like, there's no real fear. If there's no fighting, how does the protagonist get injured? They got injured in training. So they were trained to be part of this military, and then they were injured before they got to do anything. French Revolution type thing? Possibly. Like, there's always a war, but not to be able to control people. Exactly. So there's not actually a war. They're just training you to be prepared for something that doesn't exist. But they don't know that. Like, all the rich and powerful people in the last city, like, they're in on it. Do you know what I mean? Like, there's the military families who work for the military, but then there's the actual rich and powerful people that know that what they're doing is just a falsity to keep people in control. Fuck, dude. Oh, it's Africa. Oh my god. On the piano. I was like, this sounds familiar. Fuck yeah. But how are we gonna write it, chat? That's the thing. My question is, how are we writing this? A religion that corrupts and bestows a lie upon the people to elevate the ruling class? Well, yeah, or just government. It doesn't even have to be religion. Like, see, because now we have a world, but I don't know what to write. That's the problem. God, I hate everything. Okay, I feel like I just have to, like, start writing something. Because I have a very specific, like, I'm really picky about how stories start because they have to start strong. It's similar to the short story Universe by Robert Heinlein, if you've read that, only it's on a spaceship. I have not read that. That sounds interesting, though. Because I like the idea of this being his journal. Third-person perspective biography of our man, written by an apprentice that follows him on his later years. What if it's not a journal? It's written via journal entries, but what if it's not published until after his death? Do you know what I mean? Like, so maybe the apprentice is writing these things down as they're happening, as he's following him. And then he knows that this guy's life goal is to publish a book on photography. So then he then publishes this, including the pictures. Oh my God, what if this apprentice is being trained, what if instead of him releasing a journal entry every 2 weeks, what if they go out every 2 weeks and that's where the picture comes from? Does it have to be in journal form because of the prompt? No, it doesn't. I'm just thinking because he, like, we kind of had him as his life story was him being a journalist and like him writing, that it would make sense that the way that it works, his story is played out is through a journal entry. Eventually you have to find a reason that the doors of the last city shut for months. Yes, or they could still be closed, because the underlying question, I think, is the city full of shit, or are they right? Do you know what I mean? Like, if the city is providing medicine, is it actually medicine, though? Last city is a quarantine zone. He writes a sentimental work that opens the doors after 30 years. But why? So they closed for us. You guys are giving me so much to think about. This is a racial parable. I mean, I don't know. I'm trying to think of, so if the last city is a quarantine zone, what are they trying to keep in or out? What if the medicine they're giving the people on the outside are to stimulate? What if the people on the outside were the ones infected, and the medicine that the inside of the city is providing is to see if they can find a cure for what is happening, so that, and the people on the inside of the city haven't been infected yet, so they can't leave until a cure is found, and then the people on the outside are sort of like, not the guinea pigs, but they were exposed, and the medicine coming from there is their trials to see what works and what doesn't. The inside people and the outside, yeah. Background last city is an even laser city. Wait, inside of some sort of paradox box? I mean, that kind of reminds me of what the fuck was that book called? Maze Runner? Something like that. Does have serious Arpathed vibes. I don't know what that is. We've been into 1984, Plague of War. I mean, I don't know. I Am Legend vibes, yeah. Piano cover of Star is Born. Oh wait, oh yeah. Shallow. Sorry. I mean, I'm just having it in the background. I'm not even really listening. But I don't know. Like, I'm just trying to think of like, but that's what I'm thinking. If the doors close and they're not able to provide anything anymore, then like, what happens? If they're not giving them medicine anymore, do these people start to die? Do they get better? Like, was there ever really a sickness? Like, was there ever anything wrong? And then what happens to the military? Did the military suddenly, like the day before they decided to stop opening their doors, did all the military go, like, back into the city gates and, like, not come back out? Like, was there a sign that this was happening? Or now that the gates aren't opening, does the military out there and they're like, I don't know what the fuck is going on? Apartheid was the system of racial segregation in South Africa. I knew that sounded familiar. Maybe the people outside are immunized to the disease. Maybe. So everyone that lives on the outside was born immune to the disease. Or maybe not immune, but maybe like susceptible to not contract it. Because I'm trying to think of why the people in the city would be walled in. So maybe it's people that their immune systems can't handle it. So the reason that they're giving them medicine isn't medicine, but it's testing the immune system to see if it can handle the diseases or something. I don't know. City walls shield a part of the humanity that is unaffected. They shut the doors and start a human trial on a massive scale on the people outside. The people outside produce a plant that doesn't know it's the reason for the plague. Or maybe it's something that they're like fertilizing the ground with to see if they can make, oh my god, they're trying to see if they can genetically engineer plants to make it so that they, or like food, like a fruit or something, to see if they can genetically engineer a fruit that's grown on the outside. I don't know. And that they're giving it to the people on the inside to see if it like affects them. I don't know. Or like makes them immune. I don't know. Then when he died, when he is exiled, that's a good point. Let's say he's immune due to his injuries. Well, but if we're saying anyone in the military is allowed to live on the inside because they're in the military, but he was born into this family, right? So if the military gets to live on the inside, maybe they were never exposed to the disease, but maybe he was just born immune. He got blood transfusions. I mean, I don't know. Maybe the outside people aren't inherently immune, but there's so many of them that a certain percentage is immune and survives. Because all you need, right? What if this is a recessive trait? All you need is a couple people out there with that recessive trait, enough men and women, right? And they start having sex with each other. They start having kids. And hopefully those kids are then able to pass on those genetics. So trying to see like herd immunity, right? Like with vaccines and stuff. Wait, but the rich people are a smaller number, so have less naturally immune people, if any. That's a good point. So they want to figure out... Okay. So I feel like to start this out, we have to give background. So... genetic selection via immunization. Yeah, it's Planet of the Apes. Chat, we're not going to come up with some original idea today, okay? Like, everything that we could possibly think up already exists somewhere. I'm sorry about it. Like, it's going to happen. It's all been written before. Exactly. I can only try to make it so original. Okay. I need to give it an intro sentence. Hold on. Oops. Simpsons did it, probably. I only have 12 notes to make a song with, or I'll use before by others. Exactly. Background, way back, disease happened, 90% fatality rate. Those that survive are immune. Some rich people managed to get into a walled city with tech and stuff. The rest of the world collapsed as infrastructure broke down. Yes, but we don't have to get into that. This is some Star Trek shit. Yeah. Even Planet of the Apes was derivative of the Twilight Zone, which is derivative of countless sci-fi short stories before it. Nothing is truly original. Excuse me, exactly. Hi, Knowledge, what's up? So, here's what I've got so far. So, I'm writing this... I don't even know. So, I want to start... So, we have the bit about the last city, but we have to give it a bit of an intro. Good night, Noah. See you later. Simpsons said it was a joke from South Park where every idea someone had was already a Simpsons episode. Actually true. See you in the VOD. Okay, no, see you tomorrow. So I'm giving it an intro paragraph, maybe. So we have the idea of the last city, right? And that humanity and whatever, and the gates and the doors open, whatever. But we kind of got to give it more, because ours, we're expanding on it. So here's what I have so far. The medicine arrives by noon on the dot every day. The military swap their shifts, and the doors are open for less than 5 minutes. The trade is silent and automatic. Okay, so the medicine arrives by noon on the dot every day. The food is gathered in bundles and placed exactly, let's say, 30 meters from the walls. Robots are the proverbial wall, and they facilitate all trade and comms between in and out. I mean, that could make sense. This is actually load of fun. How often do you streams like this? Pixel, this is the first time I've ever done it. So I appreciate and welcome any feedback. Because I really want to start writing again, because I really like to write. But I've never done it before. And I think it's just interesting. Because I never would have made this character on my own. Are you kidding me? I never would have come up with this. You love it? I love it too, Leotard. It's super fun. Okay, so here's our intro. The medicine arrives by noon on the dot every day. The food is gathered in bundles and placed exactly 30 meters from the wall. The military swap their shifts and the doors are open for less than 5 minutes. The trade is silent and automatic. That's what I have as the intro. So I could probably add something else, like as another, okay, so the trade is silent and automatic. So I have to say, if we're saying it's robots, what are we gonna call them? I don't know if robots is a good enough word, because I want to say something about the robots, like, or conveyor belts. Ooh, maybe. I'll say the conveyor doors, because that gives the idea that they're like it's a conveyor belt, but like door, like there's a door that opens with the conveyor belt and it starts moving, and then exactly 5 minutes after that is when it closes off, like something like that. With an airlock, yeah. With a red light inside, making it slightly evil looking. I don't know if we need to go that in depth, but I do like the picture. We need to establish the antagonist, but I don't think the people inside the last city are evil. Wait here, hold on. Okay, so this is what I have. The trade is silent and automatic. A slight whine of the conveyor belt and the puff of the concluding airlock are the only sounds. Something like that. But you're right, we don't really have a protagonist, or antagonist, sorry. Except the doors closing. So why would the doors not open anymore? That has to be the antagonist. Do we need one? See, I don't know. Do we? Could we tell a story without an antagonist? Because I feel like the antagonist might be the disease or whatever it is. Is the state the antagonist, or is it an AI? I don't think either. So we have a military state, but I don't think they're evil. Because I think they're there for power, but I think it's to make sure that those on the outside don't ruin the chances of the people on the inside getting the help that they need. Military out of necessity and fear. That's kind of what I'm thinking, where it's like the only reason that there's military presence, first off, is to say that there's a threat, when really it's to make sure that people are in line and contributing, if that makes sense. But they're not doing it because like they want to kill people. It's more of a, this is an experiment and the people on the outside can't find out about it or they'll freak out. Nobody is inherently evil. Yeah. This reminds me of 372 pages about the book Tech War. Really? Is Tech War good or bad? I'll have to listen to it. I love that fucking podcast. Okay, so right now we're just telling a story. So right now we've set the scene. It's very automatic, right? The medicine arrives by noon on the dot every day. Food is gathered in bundles and placed exactly meters from the walls. Along a winding black belt, winding black conveyor belt. It's almost like a gift to a god, kind of, but then they bring something back. I'll give you a hint. Tech War was supposedly written by William Shatner. Oh my god, and that book is supposed to be shit. I remember that. Is this the first draft for context for when you start writing a first draft? Pixel, this isn't gonna be anything. I don't plan on doing anything with this other than making it with you guys. I don't know. I feel like this is just something it's more just a writing exercise. Like this might only be a page. Like I might get bored by the time we get down here and I might not even finish it. But the fun part for me is that we made a world together. In an hour and a half, we created not only a character, got a writing prompt, but we fucking made a world out of it. You've already put infinite more thought into this world than the writer of Tech War did. I don't know, like that's the fun part for me. Is that we made a world already. And like, you guys can take this world that we've made and you can go do something with it. You can take this character and like, you can do something with it. You know what I mean? You should post the final result on the writing prompt. Oh, I absolutely will. What is the motivation for the people outside to offer this to the airlock? What is the cost? That's the medicine. So they're doing this. Okay. Okay, so I'll write that next. So how is the medicine distributed? They get medicine? Yes, they get medicine and military. So, once the cost is paid, the medication is distributed biased based on need. Maybe based on, it would be cool if the medicine was spread through like a gas or a mist. That would be interesting. So, because then it's not voluntary. Do you know what I mean? A big cloud of green-blue fog. See, I'm gonna delete that first bit. Okay, the food is, I'm gonna start, here's how it starts. Okay. The food is gathered in bundles and placed exactly 30 meters from the wall along a winding black conveyor belt. The military swap their shifts and the conveyor doors are open for less than 5 minutes. The trade is silent and automatic. A slight whine of the conveyor belt and the puff of the concluding airlock are the only sounds. So, which also has some narcotic properties to make the people outside docile? Probably. So then I could say, the medication arrives between 5 and 7 minutes after the payment is received. Those that are it is recommended to those suffering okay. Idea: disease attacks the brains. The smartest people are killed with a much larger percentage. Survivors find it hard to creatively think and offers constant headaches. This would explain why no rebuilding outside of the last city, and medicine temporarily numbs the headaches. And the photographs are the spear that penetrates the lies. Chat! I was only gonna write a page. You guys are writing a fucking novel. Okay, because I want to say something like how the government recommends that they, like, those that are more sick should go outside of their homes so that they can breathe in more. Do you know what I'm saying? So, like, maybe there's, like, a warning where it's, like, or not a warning, but, like, a tagline to say, like, don't worry, even if you're inside of your house, you will still get, can you post links? Oh, here, hold on. I think you'll have 60 seconds. Stay in the fields and work. It's better for you. Ooh, wait. Oh, Imgur. What's the Imgur link? Sentences 5 words. Here are 5 more words. 5-word sentences are fine, but several together become monotonous. Listen to what is happening. The writing is getting boring. The sound of it drones. It's like a stuck record. The ear demands some variety. Oh, am I writing in like same? Oh no, my sentences are pretty long. I was like, oh shit, am I doing that? My favorite writing advice? Yes. It's very true. Outsiders can still have symptoms that are very real. See, because I wanted to kind of be like the government's way of saying, like, this is an outline. Oh, yeah, like, I don't plan, like, this is just going to be super short. And I'm still going to post it to the writing prompt, so you guys will be able to see it afterwards. And I'll probably post it in my Discord, which, by the way, if any of you guys want to join it, there was just a link that was there, but if you want it, there it is. I'll probably post a link to it in there. But anyway, okay. The medication arrives between 5 and 7 minutes after the payment is received. It is recommended to those suffering, I want to say, like, they recommend, wait, okay. All, inhabitants within the slums will receive their dose regardless of location, but it is recommended to those with more severe symptoms is recommended to those with more severe symptoms to stand in an outdoor location to receive, to inhale a larger dose. Something like that. It's all ideas anyway. You could end up throwing all of it out, keeping it, or anywhere in between. Exactly. And Chad, if you guys want to take this is all, like, go for it. Like, this is not mine. This is ours, you know? Like, this writing on the left-hand side is mine, but, like, this character that we made and this world that's going on, that's all you guys. Like, we've all kind of done it together. Like, there's no, like, I don't know. Like, I don't give a shit, so. Okay. The medication arrives between 5 and 7 minutes after the payment is received. All inhabitants within the slums will receive their dose regardless of location, but it is recommended to those with more severe symptoms to stand in an outdoor location to inhale a larger dose. The mist is... But... Hello! How was your game? What was it? How was BioShock? What's up? The mist is dispersed through a winding tunnel, tube system within the slums. BioShock was fun. I think I'm near the end. Oh, nice! What if all the information is being told by a public service announcement that's played every day? Dude. I already started, though! What if our characters are paid to document the status of the outside with photographs as a slight spy game? Oh my god! Yes! That's why they get the film, to take pictures. What if they get 2 rolls of film? One, but they only, like... They use one for themselves to take pictures of, like, the landscape and stuff, and then they use the other one to actually photograph the people. Oh my fucking god, chat. I'm not gonna be able to write all of this! The mist is dispersed through a winding tube systems within the slums. Oh my god. A light, I'll say light blue. A light blue cloud, oops, drifts up. Oh, this is a good beginning of like a 400-page novel at this point. Way more than 400, dude. You could write a series on this. Oh yeah, it's a 1984 level complexity, because think about it, right? Because I just wrote that the mist is dispersed through a winding tube systems. There is a whole chapter you could write on that shit. How did the tubes get there? Where did the tubes go? Has someone ever tried to cut open the tubes and like try to figure out how to get into the city through them? Have people communicated through these tubes? Can you put like little notes through them and like push it through? Ah! Sorry. I'm legit re-downloading the audiobook for 1984 right now. Hell yeah! What if we make this a weekly thing, chat? This is fun. I like the idea of the mist being addictive. Yes, and it totally could be. Cause, that would make the motivation real. Oh, totally, because maybe, like, that's a punishment. Oh my god, what if the city gates open daily to gather food and resources the outsiders have collected, right? And one day it didn't. So this is the start of them stopping. Oh my god. This is the start of them stopping the medication flow. This is a punishment. They're doing this as a form of punishment because maybe they didn't receive enough of something. Oh my god. So now the medication isn't there. Oh my god. The addictive mist would keep most people from wandering more than a day away from the city because maybe it gives them headaches. Maybe they get withdrawals from it. And the people within the last city tell them that it's because they're sick. They don't know that they're withdrawal symptoms. They just know that they hurt and they want to feel better. Maybe it's like alcohol, right? If you are an alcoholic and you drink all the fucking time and then you suddenly stop, like alcohol withdrawal, you can fucking die from that. So like, this could be something similar where this thing is addictive and the withdrawal from it makes you physically ill. And he is outside enough to find the reason like a detective. Maybe there's a drought or a famine and they aren't able to gather enough food, so they cut off the medicine. Yeah, it could be something like that. Okay, so here's what I have. Okay. The mist is dispersed through a winding tube system within the slums. A light blue cloud drifts up through the neighborhood, a welcome sight to those confined to their beds. The sickness continues to creep, but hope remains. One day the walls will come down. One day it will be eradicated, and we will be united as a society. So that's the start, right? So that's our intro paragraph. So that is not about our character. That's just about the world. Declining offering leads to stoppage in the medicine. Yes. So then here... what if now we start on the journal entries? So now, what if we are our character now? So I know we had an apprentice, but what if now we're in a character, right? And he's writing. So this is the day the mist stops. What would he say? What would a journalist say in this situation? Okay, I'll start with this. The drought continues to wipe out our crops. This could work. The first part is like the prologue and the journal is the main text. Yes, perhaps a female psychic that's really smart but visually impaired. What if it's a pet? He really likes birds, right? What if he has a hawk? What if he has a bird that's a pet that's not in a cage? Because he doesn't like caged birds. Okay, so hold on, okay. This is him writing in his journal now. So, okay. The drought continues to wipe out our crops. The supply continues to dwindle each day, and there's only so much we can do to stop it. Our backup reserves have run dry, and there is little that we are able to provide for the last city. There is a growing fear within the neighborhood, because I don't think they would call it the slums. Like, the people on the inside of the city might call it the slums, but I feel like the people like living there wouldn't call it that, so I'll say the neighborhood. There's a growing fear within the neighborhood. There's a growing fear within the neighborhood that a what do we want to call a cutoff or a punishment or a stop it. There's a growing fear within the neighborhood that a punishment is not implemented. What's the word I'm looking for? Incoming? No. Imminent? Imminent. Quarantine? I am Cats. Hi. Oh my god, what the fuck? Delivery? Delivery that just popped up on stream! What the heck? Thank you, what the heck? Oh my god, chat. I will accept your gift. Thank you, Deliver. Oh my god! What the fuck? Thank you! Also, maybe the amount of time the medicine is reduced slightly more every day in relation to the amount of food that is offered. Oh, release. Yes! Good point! Oh my god, Delivery, you're the fucking best. Thank you. Now I have to play it. Need to fill in the corners of your lip more? Yeah, I know. It kind of happens when I start talking a lot. It starts to rub off. It kind of sucks. But I've also been drinking a lot of water, so that doesn't help. But I've been streaming for almost 2 hours, so I don't give a shit anymore. What's happening? Thank you, Delivery. I saw that. I fucking saw that. It popped up on stream. The Hardships of a Woman. Dude, fucking tell me about it, right? Okay. I'll say there's a growing fear within the neighborhood that a punishment is imminent. I'll give it, who's a name? I need a name. Like I'll say like Lucy reported a lack of medication in the south sector or something. You know what I mean? Like I'm gonna call him Truman. Reported a dwindling amount of medication provided. A dwindling amount of medicational mist, or like what are we calling the mist? Because is it just medication? Reported a dwindling amount of something. And speaking of me not being original, this idea is very similar to Mad Max, just with medicine instead of water. Bro, my balls get itchy 9 times at work, and I swear someone saw me scratch them. Hey, cats, that's great, but you really do not have to tell me about that. Jesus Christ. My balls itch a lot, too, so I get it, you know. Corrective dip. Corrective dip. That just reminds me of something you would eat. Like, it reminds me of like a yogurt about telling hardships of our gender. Oh, I mean, that's true. I understand, cats. I get it. I mean, I don't because I don't have balls, but yeah. I mean, I guess boobs, those itch sometimes. And I feel like it's weird to just like rake a hand across your chest. I mean, I don't know. So what would I, okay, I'll say Southern, do girls play with their boobs? Yeah, dude. I mean, not like dudes play with the boobs, but like sometimes if you're running down like stairs or something, you gotta hold them. Not while they write? Yeah, usually not while I write. Not really at all, to be honest, but some people do. I feel like a timeout is incoming. Just watching the line. Parameter. Okay. So I put, oh, I spelled parameter wrong. Well, perimeter. Is that the same? Oh, you didn't have to time him out. He didn't quite step across the line yet. He was getting there, but I was entertaining him. Okay. Well, there's a growing fear within the neighborhood that a punishment is imminent. Truman reported a dwindling amount of medication along the southern perimeter. Could you try to zoom in? Oh yeah, sorry. Here, I'll even, would you rather me zoom? I'll make the font bigger. I support the timeout for what it's worth. Yeah, I do too, though, to be honest. Okay, so this is, what size font is this? This is 17, so I'll make this 17 too, just so you guys can see it easier. Sorry. That's why I was trying to read it to you. Okay. Oh, I'll put the prompt back up. Hold up. There we go. Okay. Can you guys see it better now? I was preempting. Gotcha. Oh yeah. Okay. Truman reported a dwindling amount of medication along the southern perimeter. Today might be the break. Oh my goodness. Do girls play with their boob? Thanks for the follow. Oh man. Nice. Good name. How fast did it take you to make that one up? Do girls play with their boob? Okay. Today might be the breaking point. We've already accrued. A-C-R-U-E. Accrued? How do you spell accrued? Is it A-C-K? Oh, it's 2 C's. Okay. We've already accrued less than half of the necessary shipment, maybe? We've only accrued. Wait, we've already accrued. Oh god, today might be the breaking point. Because I want to say that they only have, like, half of what they're supposed to. Do you know what I mean? We've only accrued... Oh, okay, so we've only accrued half. We've only accrued half of the necessary shipment for today. And at this point, we won't even have enough supplies to feed those within the neighborhood, let alone the city dwellers. I don't know, you like calling it an offering. I did today twice. Okay, today might be the breaking point. We've only accrued half of the necessary shipment. Okay, thank you. Not even, we've not even accrued half. That's okay. Yeah, we've not, thank you. We've not even accrued half of the necessary shipment. Wait, okay, sorry. Today would be the breaking point. We've not even accrued half of the necessary shipment. Okay. And at this point, we won't even have enough supplies to feed those within the neighborhood, let alone the inhabitants within the city. God, I can't spell inhabitants. There we go. Not sure you'd catch any redundant words when editing. Oh, I'm sure. Yeah, I would. But I mean, if you guys are editing it as I go, I don't give a shit. That's fine. Okay. Okay. Thank you, delivery. Semicolon. Correct. So the mist is good for the people, but bad for the crops? No, I'm thinking there's a drought. So I'm thinking this might just be something random. Like this just geologically just happened. But maybe. But they don't know that. But that's a good point. Maybe it is. Maybe the mist is what's doing this, but they don't know it. Oh shit, Leotard. That is a good point. Huh. Okay, so maybe that's the next part. Okay. So, do they have scientists working on this? We have been told that rain is due any day now, but I'm not so sure. Good spot. That's a good call. Okay. I want to think that it's been cloudy this entire time, but that there's been no rain, because then at the same time there's also no sun. And if there's no sun, then even if they were watering the plants themselves, there's no sun, so they're not going to grow. I haven't seen the sun in over a month, and yet the clouds bear no rain. Do they even have scientists? I don't know. That's what I'm wondering. Perhaps there are whistleblowers that, as warned about, is for some time, but no one believed them. The boy who cried wolf sort of thing. But yeah, maybe the scientists on the inside maybe were saying that. But then, oh god, I don't know. And yet the continuous clouds? I need a word here. So I haven't seen the sun in over a month, and yet the blank clouds bear no rain. The overhead, or the constant cloud cover, or like I need something to say that it's always been there, or like consistent cloud cover. Wait, and yet the shimmering blue misty wisps. Yeah, but I'm saying I need because there's cloud cover, which is why there's no rain. Okay, and yet the ever present. Yes. It's more pollution than a vapor. But see, I like to think that it's a nice little blue puffy mist, because then it seems harmless. And if you look at something that's like dark or like green and like thick and scary, it's scary. Do you know what I mean? And I want this to seem like something that's okay, you know? Anyway, okay, we've been told the rain is due any day now, but I'm not so sure. I haven't seen the sun in over a month, and yet the ever-present clouds bear no rain. We have been taught to trust the word of the city. But every day, I wonder... pink would be a weird color. Friendly but evil, exactly. But every day I wonder, we have been taught to trust the word of the city, but every day I wonder... Like the sunset, but radioactive? Oh my god, yeah. Maybe they know as little as we do. Okay, so that's our journal entry number 1, 6/12, the next day. So this is the day that the doors didn't open. Linkin Park. Wait, is that what the song is? Weird. What is it? Numb? It is! Very good job, Pfeiffer. Four elders tried to communicate with the wall. They were trying to do, like, cast a ceremony on it, like, trying to speak with it. That'd be funny. And they got punished? I don't think that's how they would get punished. For asking questions. See, I don't even think we need to get into, like, I don't know if this guy knows how or why they got punished. I don't think he needs to know. Okay, so this is the day that it... So I would say the 11th, that 6/11, is the day that it happened. And then this 6/12, the day after, is him reflecting on the fact that the doors... Or the medicine didn't come out. The conveyor belt remained still. And... Or not remained. Okay, there was no power to the conveyor belt. And no mist was dispersed. Did I spell that right? Dispersed. And okay, there was no power to the conveyor belt and no mist was dispersed. Okay, stopped at noon. Yeah. Okay, so there is no power to the conveyor belt and no mist was dispersed. People are already reporting an increase in headaches, stomach sickness, and blurred vision. Yeah? So is this a written post story? Wait, if this is a written post story, would this be written in past tense? I'm liking to think right now his journal entry is him recounting on what happened the past day. So this first journal entry, because this is written as a journal, like this is his diary, I'm thinking. So it's like he's writing his thoughts. And then that's the day that it all happened. So this next day he's writing down sort of what happens, I guess. I don't know. So yeah, this is like a live, like so that's why the dates are up there. So I put 6/2 as in like June 12th kind of, and then like 6/11 like June 11th, and then this is the next day sort of thing. Like The Martian. Yeah, it's kind of like that. These are his journal entries. People are already reporting increase in headaches, stomach sickness, and blurred vision. Without the distribution of medication, the sickness will only spread. First line, I'm pretty much fucked. Yeah. Pretty much. Oh, wait. Oh, that's in The Martian? Yeah. I'm pretty much fucked. But it ends up, spoiler alert, it ends up working out. Okay. Maybe this is for the best. We will finally have enough food to feed the hungry of our neighborhood without having to account for the last city, maybe? And yet I am afraid that there will be no one left to feed if we do not continue to get a supply of medication. Or maybe like, and yet I'm afraid there will be no one left to feed if we do not continue to get a supply of medication. I can already feel myself getting a headache. The pulsing of my brain behind my eyes is growing, is pulsating, heavier with each passing sentence. He visited an old friend and his wife. Elderly reports on their failing health to set the scene. Maybe, okay, so I'll do a bigger gap in time. So these were a day apart. So June 11th was the day that the gates didn't open. I'm ahead. Good night, delivery. See you later. June 12th is the next day. So then I'll say maybe a month later. So July 12th, maybe July 8th. Thanks for the lurk opportunity. I got you. Wait, 7, say 7:10. Mr. and Mrs. What is their last name gonna be? I'll call them Mr. and Mrs. Blight? No, because that's a sickness. I feel like Smith is stupid. Mr. and Mrs. I don't know. That's so stupid. Garfield? I'm gonna say Olsen, because that's easy enough. The elderly couple across the block have passed away. I'll say both of them. Mr. and Mrs. Placeholder. Yep, pretty much. I was visiting with their daughter. At their funeral, which was the third one I have attended within the last week. Their health, maybe he walked their dog daily and had to take it and now they passed. Well, okay, maybe he was friends with their dog or something. Their health deteriorated before her eyes. They had a bird, maybe. And no, I don't know how to fit the bird in though, because I don't really think he would write about that. Their health deteriorated, because I'm saying he's now having a conversation with the daughter. Mr. and Mrs. Olsen, the elderly couple across the block, have passed away. I was visiting with their daughter at their funeral, which was the third one I have attended within the last week. Their health deteriorated before her eyes. And frankly, I think she was glad to see them finally pass after all of their suffering. Fun thought, what if this is future Minneapolis and the walled off Last City is the ruins of the Mall of America. Dude, so they're just all in there like riding roller coasters and shit. Isn't that a zombie game from a couple years ago? Is it? Oh, you mean like in The Last of Us when they're in a mall? Maybe. Okay, think she was glad to see them finally pass after all of their suffering. The walls remain silent, and while our food supply has stabilized. Earlier sort of gung-ho melee game inside of a shopping mall. Oh, really? I didn't know that. Oh, I spelled stabilized wrong. Lol. And while our food supply is stabilized, those that were sick continue to get sicker. Because if you think about it, if this thing was addictive, but it was like, I feel like it still probably had some helpful properties in it. Like maybe, I mean, I don't know. Because maybe he's starting to notice that the only people that are like dying and getting really sick are the people that were already sick. And it makes sense that their food supply is stabilizing if they don't get any medicine. You know what I mean? If this toxic thing that was going into the air is no longer there, then wouldn't the crops grow back? Start to grow back at least? I don't know. My head. Oh my god, and his last entry could be because he dies, because I say he has a headache. That was all taken from Dawn of the Dead, a famous zombie movie inside of a mall. What about Shaun of the Dead? Didn't part of that, or wait. Or what was that comedy? Was that it? I don't remember. So the medicine was just upholding the status quo. Now that the medicine is gone, the real sickness reappears. It wasn't a cure, just a stopgap. Yeah, that's kind of what I'm thinking. And I'm thinking this guy was sick in the first place. So, I put, my headaches have gotten increasingly worse. Most days I'm barely able to get out of bed, let alone write anything. The neighbor children give me hope. Many of them remain unaffected, but maybe it is only a matter of time. I'll say a couple months after that, so it's a little hack, but I named the city Malafam because of the rest of the sign that fell down. Malafam, oh my god. How about withdrawal? Yeah, he's definitely going through withdrawal, but I want him actually to, like, die. Like, you know what I mean? But that would be really funny, Utah. Malafam, oh my god. Because, Malafam, I mean, that sounds like a city. So how long until he dies? I will say that his next his last one is my birthday, 8/24. Malafam in Chicago. It's in Minneapolis. Well, it's actually in Bloomington, but yes. Close enough, though. That's okay. I don't expect you to know the cities in America, honestly. Especially Minneapolis. Like, fuck, dude. Anyway, so I'm going to say, like, chat, we could totally expand on this later, but I'm going to say that this will be his last journal entry. What would he say in conclusion? They say that the city residents are, because I want to say like they somehow they heard like a whisper that the residents of the city are also dying. And, like, maybe that's why they stopped doing this, because, like, they weren't getting enough food, and these guys weren't getting enough food, and, like, they fucked everyone over because of the drought, and then, like, people started dying or something. Like, I don't know. So, like, So I put, they say that the city residents are worse off than us. I don't know if I agree, but I don't have the energy to find out. And frankly, I don't know who to believe anymore. Perhaps the city inside died due to experimentation, and now it's a race of survival for the outside people. Maybe. Alcohol taco. Hi, what's up? You're Brazil, huh? You are Brazil. You are a country, huh? Cool. God, what even else to say? There's no way for us to contact them. You love American, huh? There's no way for us to contact them now that the power has been cut off. Nothing. What if everyone inside the city has been dead for years and the food or medicine system kept going due to automation? Describe physical failings in the journal. Walking herds can't see well. Yeah. Oh my god. No, it's okay, Pixel. But like, Utah has a very good point. What if this was all automated? There's a Black Mirror episode that deals with that? Is there? I've watched all the Black Mirror episodes. I don't know. Maybe. Okay, there's no way for us to contact them now that the power has been cut off. I think so. Perhaps it wasn't Black Mirror. You might be thinking of the Twilight Zone, because there's a Twilight Zone episode that's kind of like that. There's no way for us to contact them now that the power... Did you see the new season yet? Yes, I did. The Striking Vipers one? Yeah, just a little gay. Just a little bit. It was good, though. I liked the second one the best. The one with the Uber driver. Because I just like emotional shit like that. Spoilers? Oh, sorry. Well, at this point, you should know that every episode of Black Mirror is super gay. Like, in a good way, though. Hashtag Pride Month. Actually, was Pride Month last month? I actually don't know. No, it's this month. Never mind. Oh, I'll put it. Miley Cyrus one was okay, but still better than most of TV. I agree. It was okay, but it was still good, you know? Okay, my leg has always bothered me, but now I can't even leave my house. Happy Pride, exactly. But now I can't even leave my house due to the pain. I don't think the mist is coming back. I don't think we have any options other than to survive without it. Or did you get that emote? Let's see, who is that? A limited time only emote. I don't know. Electric Dreams on Netflix. Oh, is that the thing that you're talking about, Leotard? Is that where you saw the thing? Here, let me look it up. Oops. Watch it? Wait, but what is it? Is it like a show or is it like an episode? Oh, it's an Amazon series. Okay. May I post a link? No, I found it. It's okay. Here's the link on IMDb. There you go, chat, if you want to watch it. Okay. It's mind-bending? I believe it. Okay, so all I have to show for it is my No, I don't, how do I end this? I don't think I have any options other than, oh wait, I don't think we have any options other than to survive without it. I think it's too late for me. Oh wait, no, I'll start with though. Though, I think it's too late for me. Wait, I don't need a comma there. Though I think it's okay. Wasn't another stream when everyone in chat got the emote? Oh, interesting. Maybe it was like a cheer one. Then they build a spaceship and leave. Yep. And that's how I end it. Then they build a spaceship and GTFO. I'm kidding. Goodbye. There. Okay, then I'm gonna go existential here. Maybe there never was anyone within the walls, or maybe they all left a long time ago. Either way, there's no one in there. Do you have a favorite Black Mirror episode? Ooh, White Christmas is so good. Let me think on that and I'll get back to you. I mean, Hang the DJ, duh, because the character's name is Amy and my name is Amy, so like, you love the Callister one? I mean, it was good. It was not one of my favorites though. Okay, so I put, maybe there never was anyone within the walls, or maybe they all left a long time ago. Either way, there's no one in there that gives a shit about any of us anymore. I could also be I had a small short-lived crush on the main protagonist. She's hot though, so I get it. All right. I think that's where I'll end it though, chat. Like, it doesn't have to be long. I don't know. This was just an exercise. It was just for funsies. So here, I'm gonna post it like right now. Fuck yeah. All right, let's make this bigger so I can see the bitch. Oof, that's a lot. Love it. Dude, this was really fun. Okay. I have to change the formatting though so it works in Reddit. It was extremely food for thought. And then we're gonna do it all again. Okay, so this is gonna be, okay, I have to do, I hate the Reddit formatting. Oops. I don't know how often we'll do this, but I really liked it, so. Oh, I spelled pulsing wrong. Nice. I hope you add here on Discord before next time. Dude, I always do the, oh, there we go. I always do the at everyone. Yeah, I know it's still wrong. Thanks. Yeah. I do at everyone whenever I stream. So if you want to see whenever I'm live, but I don't always, I play games a lot. I don't always do writing, which is totally fine if you're not into that. Let me see. All right, that should be, oh wait, just kidding. All right, here, I'm gonna post it. Boop. All right, I think it did it right. Nice, yeah. And it's done, chat. Holy shit. I will post here, oh, but I don't know if I want you guys to know what my Reddit is. I don't know. I'll have to post the, I'll figure out a way to post the story so that you guys can read it. I'll post it in my Discord. I'll put it in the story time channel. And it will be a good time. Hopefully. I don't know. But alright, chat. I'm gonna go have some dinner. Thank you everyone for hanging out. You can see your name. Oh, that's true. There it is. Found it. Yeah, I'll just fuck it. Whatever. I don't care. Permalink. Great stream. This was twice as much writing as J.R.R. Martin does in a year. Hell yeah. Good shit, chat. All right, I put it in the Storytime Discord. So if you want to read my post, if you want to read the story, there it is. But all right, I will see you guys on Thursday. No stream tomorrow, because it's Wednesday. But I'll see you guys on Thursday. I think we're playing some Subnautica. So hopefully I'll see you guys then. But seriously, thank you guys all for hanging out. This was really fun. I can't wait to do it again. So maybe we'll do it like once a week, maybe once every other week. We'll see. But I had a good time. So I'll see you guys later. Bye, chat.